Welcome back. It's Catholic Connection. Our phone number is 877-573-7825. Toll free. Again, that's 877-573-7825. It's EWTN. Scot Landry is well known to Catholic radio. And, of course, you also know a great deal about his wonderful brother who does such great work in the church as an amazing priest. Scott has written a really cool book, which I think is so important. And Scott and I are media folks, so I love to talk about this stuff. Transforming Parish Communications, Growing the Church Through New Media. And you know, Scott, it isn't as difficult as people would imagine. There are so many things that we have at our fingertips now, and this is the good thing about the media, where we can take advantage of that and use it for the new evangelization. Good morning.
Great to be back with you, Teresa, and your point is a good one. You know, Jesus gave us that great commission to reach out to every corner of this world with the good news of Jesus Christ and with the friendship of the Catholic community. And Pope Francis has been encouraging us in his language to go to the peripheries, to go to the margins, to reach people. And it's become a lot easier in the last 10 years to reach people through these new media tools like Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn for professionals and many others. I think everybody that the church is trying to reach, at least in this country, the United States, is, only one retweet or one share on Facebook away from a message that might invite them and begin people on a path back to the Catholic Church, or if they're a Catholic but they're not growing in their faith, to help them grow in the faith by tweeting out things like you would post on your Twitter account. People can just share that, and they can introduce people to you and your show and all the good topics here on Catholic Connection and throughout Catholic Radio. And little things like that can really make a difference. We never know how God is going to use us, and he can certainly use our Facebook accounts and Twitter accounts to reintroduce people to his saving love.
And I also think it's important for us to have a handle on this, because why should we let all the bad stuff be out there, and only the bad stuff?
Well, one of the things Pope Benedict wrote a lot, the popes come out with a message for World Communication Day. It's published in January each year. And Pope Benedict said a lot that, these tools are generally neutral. If we want to give the internet a soul, if we want to enliven it and to help it really be a tool that helps people grow toward good things in life, that we as a Catholic Christian community need to be present there, not just to quote-unquote preach, but to just be present, to be friends, to listen to people, to accompany them through life's challenges and ups and downs. And when the time is right, to say, hey, I got 2 seats in the back of my car ready. We're going to family mass at 9 a.m. this Sunday if anybody wants to join. And it's those sorts of messages that are less preachy. They're more informational. They're more the types of messages that friends would give to each other that can really be the first step for somebody to re-encounter Christ through the community of the church.
If you're just joining us on Catholic Connection on a Tuesday morning, chatting with Scot Landry about his new book, Growing the Church in New Media, Transforming Parish Communications. Let's take a bigger look. First of all, Scott, I think the church overall, starting with the Vatican, is doing a really good job of using social media. The Holy Father has a huge Twitter following, for example, and you can go to Vatican Radio, you can go to news.va. There's so many great resources where they seem to be really up and coming in terms of getting that this is an important tool.
One of the best users of Twitter in the entire world is Pope Francis and the staff around him with the Pontifex Twitter account. I recommend that every Catholic on Twitter follow that. He's up to about 14 million followers in 8 different languages across the world. But it's not just Twitter, which is fairly easy to implement, Teresa, as you know. The news.va website, It's a news portal. It's awesome if you're trying to follow worldwide church news. It brings together all the various media publications, both in terms of print and in terms of videos and audios, all in one place. It's great. And, related to that, they have one of the best mobile apps that have ever utilized, church or non-church, the Pope app. And what the Pope app essentially does is take the content of that website, news.va, and make it available on your smartphone. Monsignor Paul Tai, who works in the Pontifical Council over there, jokes that it's like having the Pope in your pocket. And then he says, nobody has this Pope in their pocket. He's such a, he's such a nonconformist, and he's very much embraced reaching out to people through these new media tools the same way that his predecessor, Pope Benedict, did.
I don't see the same comfortable level with social communications at the parish level, though, that I do at the overall church level. It seems to me when we talk to parishes, and of course we have a local hour on our show, sometimes it's really difficult for me and Andrew to get people to email back or confirm or to understand the importance of working with us in terms of whether it's interviews, putting things on social media. Sometimes, quite frankly, it's like pulling teeth. People are still in the dark ages at the parish level. Why is that?
There are a lot of reasons for it. Part of it's cultural, that nobody's really asked, and, in some cases, it's risky to embrace new technologies. We're not early adopters in terms of technology in the church yet, and I think there hasn't been a critical mass of parishes that have, blazed the trail on this. So that's one of the main reasons I wrote the book. But another reason is that many parishes are just listening to the requests of those that are in the parish themselves. And a lot of the folks, particularly that come to daily Mass, might not be reading the news through new media, or might not be requesting that the parish embrace these new ways to reach out. But that's part of what Pope Francis has been saying on the national level, that we just need to embrace parish by parish. We're not just an organization that serves our quote-unquote members. We need to be a mission. We need to be a movement that reaches out to all those who aren't with us each Sunday, praying alongside us at Mass. And when parishes say, the primary use of a website is to be a great virtual front door for newcomers to our area, or people checking out the Catholic Church. And the main use of social media is not only to keep those who are involved in the parish connected in a deeper way from Sunday to Sunday, but to help those parishioners say to everybody else they encounter on the Little League field, or at the club, or wherever folks hang out, that, hey, I go to this church, I get a lot out of it, I grow closer to God, I grow closer to my friends and my fellow Catholics. We'd love you to join us. So as a parish, has its primary target audience shift from those that come to church, the small, the parishes that are shrinking are those that are only focusing on doing what the current members ask them to do. The parishes that are growing today are saying, we're going to try everything possible to encourage those who God wants us to reach out to come and join us. And new media is one of the easiest ways to connect and reach those folks who are God's target audience, who should be ours too.
It's interesting because the Vatican, as you just illustrated, is doing a great job. And I also think that the Catholic Church in general, in terms of various ministries, whether it be pro-life ministries, they're doing a good job because they realize that since the secular media aren't always going to be, and probably most of the time, not open to covering the stories that we're interested in, or at least, giving us a shot, they're taking advantage, like CatholicVote.org and others are taking advantage of the social media and making a difference. But still at the parish level, we're struggling. We'll talk more about Scot's book and take your calls as well. 877-573-7825. Transforming Parish Communications and Growing the Church, the New Media. That's Scott's book, and we'll tell you how to get it as well. 877-573-7825. It's a Tuesday morning, August 26th.